It's called Refreshing. During the summer blockbuster season, they have all these franchise movies, reboots, sequels, everywhere. Just one after the other. You got Tarantino just coming in and going, here's my original piece of cinema. Enjoy it. And oh, I did. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, of course, is written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. His 9th film. There's no way he's stopping. He's got to at least get to 10. And, of course, it stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie. You know, that's just a stellar cast. Little cameos here and there. I mean, there's a whole list of people I can go through. But those are the three mains. And it's basically what it says in the title. It's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which gives it that fantasy, sense to it. Because we know that this is around the golden age of Hollywood, okay? 1969, and you got Leonardo DiCaprio playing Rick Dalton, who's kind of just like, his star is starting to dwindle. It's starting to simmer down, and he's feeling it. And, of course, he's got his stuntman, Colt, who has been with him, and he's kind of like his guy. Drives him around, hey, man, can you go fix this or do that or that? And Colt, he's all about doing it. He's just so laid back, and he's just totally fine with it. And there's reasons for it that I won't talk about because I don't, it's not really spoilerish about his character, but I kind of get why he's just so calm and laid back, but it's fucking works. And then you got Margot Robbie playing Sharon Tate, who is an actual real person. And we know that this takes place around the time, with the Charles Manson stuff and the gruesome murder of her and everything, and you kind of just go, okay, what the hell's going to happen? And then I'm going to do a spoiler thing at the end, so I won't get into details of how, the fact that it is a fairy tale. So what did I think of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Come on, do I even need to take a deep breath? You know I fucking love this. So great, it's great. I mean, it's refreshing. 2 hours and 45 minutes, you don't feel it, okay? Now, some people will feel it, because when it comes to Tarantino, if you're not diehard Tarantino, if you don't like Tarantino's movies, guess what? You're not going to be, it's just not going to happen. He doesn't really exactly follow narrative. He doesn't at all. Because when it comes to this movie, similar, I would almost say it's like almost similar to Pulp Fiction, where you're like, what exactly is the plot to Pulp Fiction? Is there really a discernible plot in Pulp Fiction when you see like the three stories? It's like, yeah, they intertwine with each other, and we still don't know what the fuck was in that case that just was shooting gold out, but you just accept it because of the way it's done, and you love the characters. That's what happens here. That's exactly what happens here. Somebody tweeted out that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, when it comes to Leo and it comes to Brad Pitt, they are the best duo since The Nice Guys with Crowe and Gosling, and I 100% say that's true. They're hilarious, okay? They play off each other so well, because you got Rick Dalton, who's just losing it. He's losing the fact, and DiCaprio's a beast. He better get nominated, so should Pitt. Because some of the shit that when he's going through and just trying to figure out where his place is going to be because he's dwindling down, and then when he gets so pissed off at himself, there's a scene, and you see it a little bit in the trailer, where he's so pissed off at himself in his trailer about him flubbing up his lines and everything, that it's a beautiful scene, and they should use that for when they say, Leonardo DiCaprio, and they show a scene, they should use that fucking scene. Brad Pitt's character, did I call him Colton or something like that? I think I was thinking Dalton, and the names just kind of went together, and I was like, no, his name's Cliff Booth, who's his stuntman. It's just, like I said, I think Brad Pitt was my favorite character of the whole thing, because he says a lot of funny shit, and then a lot of things that he does throughout the movie builds up to the last 20 minutes, which are fucking awesome. Then you got Margot Robbie, Sharon Tate, and you get why she's in the movie. But of course, there's not a lot for her to do, and that's a lot of gripes that I've been hearing too, even for the positive stuff. But at the same time, I'm kind of going, okay, but I get why there was a lot with her, because there's a lot of scenes with her doing her own thing and just showing her. Just you're almost falling in love with her. You automatically do because it's Margot Robbie, but you fall in love with her as Sharon Tate. And I get it, and I'll explain why when it gets to the spoiler section. But yeah, like I said, it does drag a little bit. It can drag. There's some scenes where you kind of go, okay, I could see how they could chop it here, but the thing is, it's Tarantino. He likes some of those long scenes, those drawn-out scenes, awkward moments. And specifically, there's one, and I'll mention in the spoiler part 2, is like, you kind of like, is this going somewhere? And it doesn't. It has to do with Brad Pitt's character, Cliff. And you're just kind of, okay, all right. Something about Tarantino that I love is you could tell this man loves to make films. He does. 100%. He loves genres. He loves music. Because he uses music, existing music that's from the past, in his movies all the time. And he uses them in a great way. And he knows how to shoot things, on film, that great sculpt. He knows how to utilize every space of it. He crafts it all, and it all just looks perfect. The way he moves the camera sometimes, the long shots that he takes, and I don't know. I love his style. I think that's why everybody loves his style. Now time for the spoiler part. So if you haven't seen it yet, please stop the video now and go watch it. God damn it. Support this damn movie. You need to support original film. Come on. All right, so I'm giving you a chance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Oh, that fucking ending. My God! And I think this is why they built up Sharon Tate in the movie. They built up Margot Robbie's character because they wanted you to fall in love with her. They wanted you to be like, oh my God, she's just wanting to be an actress. She's enjoying her film and watching herself. She's kind of like klutzy and just kind of... And she's at this party dancing. She's going to have a baby. And then, of course, when it comes down to the 3 kids, the young people that are going to come and murder her, that's what they're there for. They end up going to Rick Dalton's house, who lives next door. And I apologize, guys. It is Sunday, 6:40 on a Sunday, and somebody's got a leaf blower out or something, doing out right now. I don't know why, but that's what's happening right now. So if you hear that, I apologize. Jesus fucking Christ. Because the whole time I'm watching... Anytime that she was on the screen, I'm going, oh my God, she's going to get slaughtered. She's going to get slaughtered. It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad. But, of course, doing the Tarantino thing and that the fact that this is fantasy because it's once upon a time in Hollywood, they go after Rick. And then, of course, Brad Pitt, Cliff is in there and he had an acid-dipped cigarette. So he's tripping balls trying to feed his dog. And they establish that his dog is well-behaved unless Cliff wants him to actually, do some shit. Oh, and the dog helps out. It's great. And then Brad Pitt, it just gets brutal. And then, of course, Rick Booth, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, we see him with a flamethrower, doing, flaming some Nazis. He ends up pulling that shit out and flaming one of the fucking people. It's so fucking great. And the reason why I think Brad Pitt's character, Cliff Booth, is so laid back is because he's a war veteran. He was in the war. He's seen some shit. So dealing with this fucking actor who's probably like his best friend now, it doesn't faze him. Nothing fucking phases the guy, really. And when he goes to that ranch where all these fucking kids are at, that Charles Manson's like fucking with, and there's a guy named Tex that's doing some shit too, and when he goes to see if like the owner of the ranch is still there, you're going, it's creepy. Like Tarantino really puts out a vibe where you're like, oh my God, is he gonna fucking get killed? Is something gonna happen? And you think it's gonna happen, but it ends up nothing happens. So I can understand if people got upset by that. Me, I thought it was kind of brilliant. So there we go, guys. That is completely it. So am I gonna put it on the favorite wall? Of course I'm gonna put it on the favorite wall 2019. Get up there! Absolutely, guys. Go support this movie. You're a Tarantino fan. You should love it. And yeah, just like I said, it's original film. So there we go, guys. Let me know your thoughts about it down below if you saw it. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel at filmjunkie.com for all my content. Follow me on the Sockmeds over there, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon if you want to help out. And, of course, shirts down below, guys. All right? Talk to you later.